Let's taste the Dea Vulcano Etna Rossa from Donnafugata. So we're back down in Sicily, aren't we?
We are back down in Sicily, and this is a blend of mostly Nerello Mascalese, which is, a really lovely red fruity grape variety that's often compared as between Pinot Noir and Nebbiolo, with those red fruit flavours, lots of acidity, but some kind of tannin there. And then it's blended with Nerello Cappuccio. Cappuccio means hood, and that refers to the leaf canopy that protects the grapes in the hot Sicilian sun, and that just adds a bit more softness and fruit to the wine. This is grown on Etna, as the beautiful label suggests. So active volcano, rich minerally soils that give the wine a really lovely mineral character as well, and also made by a really amazing producer, Donnafugata.
Yeah, who we've got another wine from Donnafugata in this case, the Chardonnay. But they're a fantastic producer. They're really inspired by local legend and history. In fact, I think the picture on the front is a local volcano legend. And they take a lot of inspiration from music culture. They love pairing wines with the perfect music to listen to. They hold a lot of artistic and cultural events. And I like to think they put that kind of passion into their winemaking as well.
Having a smell of this wine, you do get that red fruit, but it's also been aged in oak for 14 months, which gives it a really lovely toasty, kind of rich character on the nose. The oak doesn't overpower the fruit, but it really nicely supports it. And I think there's just a slight spicy, peppery character there as well.
Let's taste it. There's so much intensity of flavour without it being a huge wine. It's got a real elegance, hasn't it, along with that intensity?
It is really elegant. There's such fresh acidity. The tannins are there and offering support, but they're not kind of overpowering. They're not mouth drying. And the acidity just kind of cleans the palate on the finish. But the flavours are just so complex and concentrated as well.
Absolutely. And the length, I can still taste it. It's a really stunning wine, this, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, when we put the case together, we were looking at, the traditional areas in Italy that we would want to include in a premium case like this, Barolo and Amarone as we had. But there are so many areas that are doing interesting things with, other lesser known grape varieties. And Etna is a really great kind of up and coming region that I hope people get to know because it produces such good wines.
Absolutely. As you say, this deserves to sit alongside the likes of Barolo Amarone to open maybe alongside a really special meal, really special occasion. For a food pairing, our chef has suggested 2 dishes, a meaty option and a veggie option, both of which really would just sit so perfectly with this. You go for a very classic bavette steak with a salsa verde, nice classic sort of savoury meaty flavours, and then a punchy green sauce on top. And actually her veggie option I think is a traditional southern inspired dish, so featuring aubergines and potatoes. You could pop in some fish if you'd like to as well. Again, I think that would be very typical of this region of Italy. And although it's a red wine with a lot about it, it's not going to overpower those kind of vegetable and fish-based dishes just because of its perfect balance and that freshness and acidity. I think it's a really versatile wine.
So I think a really interesting and rewarding wine style to try. I hope you enjoy trying something new and something you've not tried before. This is a really interesting producer who's showing really interesting grape varieties grown on those volcanic soils of Etna. Hope you enjoy.